What if you traveled to a planet that looked like Earth's twin, but turned out to be a living nightmare? Venus might appear beautiful from space, but behind those yellow clouds lies the most hostile surface in the entire solar system. In this What If Deep Dive, we'll show you exactly what happens from the moment you approach Venus to your last seconds on its deadly surface. Trust us, this is not a journey for the faint of heart. From acid rain and lava plains to temperatures that could melt steel, Venus isn't just another world. It's the closest thing to hell we've ever discovered. This is Bright Mind Station, where we take science and crank the stakes up to cosmic levels. Hit that subscribe button and join us for more wild space explorations. 1. Getting closer to Venus. As your spacecraft approaches Venus, everything looks oddly familiar. It's about the same size as Earth, and is even nicknamed Earth's twin. But that's where the similarities end. The planet is shrouded in thick, yellowish clouds made of sulfuric acid. From orbit, it looks calm, beautiful, even peaceful. But beneath those clouds lies a hellish nightmare. Venus has a dense atmosphere that traps heat like a pressure cooker, making it the hottest planet in the solar system, even hotter than Mercury, which is closer to the Sun. Your instruments are already reading wild temperatures outside, over 470 degrees Celsius, 878 degrees Fahrenheit, enough to melt lead. If a planet looks peaceful from space but hides danger, would you still want to visit? 2. Entering the atmosphere. As you begin your descent, your ship is slammed by hurricane-force winds. Venus has winds reaching over 200 miles per hour in the upper atmosphere, faster than a Category 5 hurricane on Earth. And these winds blow in the opposite direction of the planet's slow rotation. Now, you're not just fighting gravity. You're fighting a thick soup of carbon dioxide and acid droplets. Visibility drops to 0, and outside your window, everything turns a dense yellow-brown. The air pressure outside your ship is increasing rapidly. At 90 times Earth's pressure, it's like being 3,000 feet underwater. Most spacecraft wouldn't even make it this far. The descent through Venus' atmosphere would also crush your communications, with the dense carbon dioxide absorbing radio signals. Even your last distress call might never make it back to Earth. 3. Landing on the surface. If your ship somehow survives a descent and you land on the surface, prepare for total disaster. The crushing pressure would instantly destroy most Earth-built landers. Only a few Soviet Venera probes ever made it, and even they lasted less than 2 hours before melting or being crushed. Your suit wouldn't help either. At nearly 900 degrees Fahrenheit, and with air pressure so strong it could squash a submarine, no human suit can survive those conditions. Plus, the atmosphere is made almost entirely of carbon dioxide with clouds of sulfuric acid. Could any sci-fi tech survive this descent? Pitch your best invention. For the heat, even if you could somehow withstand the pressure, the heat alone would be fatal. Venus is hot enough to melt zinc, lead, and even some types of steel. It's hotter than the surface of Mercury, despite being farther from the Sun, because of its runaway greenhouse effect. If you stepped out of your craft for even a moment, your skin would burn, your blood would boil, and your body would be roasted before you could scream. Just searing, suffocating heat, day and night, because one day on Venus lasts 243 Earth days. If you had to design a suit to resist Venus heat, what material would you use? 5. The atmosphere. The air on Venus is nearly 97% carbon dioxide, and what little remains is nitrogen and trace elements, including sulfuric acid. If you somehow remove your helmet to take a breath, you'd inhale poison and burn your lungs instantly. But the danger doesn't stop there. Sulfuric acid in the atmosphere eats away at metal and glass. Rain on Venus doesn't even reach the ground. It evaporates due to the high heat long before it lands. Venus skies are a deadly chemical swamp, hostile to all known forms of life. Would you risk breathing in a deadly chemical cloud just to step on another planet? 6. Crushed by the pressure. The atmospheric pressure on Venus is 90 times higher than Earth's, equivalent to diving 900 meters, about 3,000 feet beneath the ocean. No astronaut suit made today could withstand this force. And even the strongest unmanned probes need thick armor to survive for even a short time. It's like living inside a gigantic steamroller, constantly pressing down from every direction. Imagine diving to the bottom of the ocean, then multiply that by 90. Could you handle it? 7. Venus quakes and volcanoes. Venus may seem geologically quiet, but don't be fooled. Scientists believe Venus has thousands of volcanoes, possibly more than any other planet. There are also signs of Venus quakes, seismic activity that shakes the surface. If the crushing heat and poison air weren't enough, imagine a sudden volcanic eruption releasing superheated gas and molten lava. The surface isn't solid bedrock. It's a dynamic, ever-changing land of chaos. Some scientists speculate that Venus may be in the middle of a resurfacing event where massive volcanic outflows slowly renew the crust. Unlike Earth's plate tectonics, Venus seems to have a stagnant lid, with intense internal pressure building beneath. One major rupture could result in continent-sized lava flows, completely altering its topography. 8. No magnetic field. Unlike Earth, Venus has no magnetic field to protect it from cosmic rays and solar radiation. That means you'd be constantly exposed to dangerous particles from the sun. Even if you survived the physical dangers, the long-term radiation would damage your cells and DNA, increasing the risk of cancer and other illnesses. How long do you think a human could last without a magnetic shield in deep space? 9. Your final moments. In the terrifying reality of Venus, death is almost immediate. If the temperature doesn't cook you, the pressure will crush you. If somehow you're still alive, the acid atmosphere will corrode your suit and burn your lungs. It's the most extreme planetary environment in the solar system. You wouldn't even have time to admire the alien landscape before your systems failed, and everything went black. Venus is not just uninhabitable, it's the ultimate death trap. Would you take a one-way ticket to Venus just to be the first person there? 10. Why we still study Venus. Despite all this, scientists are obsessed with Venus. Why? Because it could offer a terrifying preview of what might happen to Earth if climate change goes unchecked. Venus likely once had oceans, just like us, but runaway greenhouse gases turn it into a nightmare world. Studying Venus helps us understand how delicate Earth's balance is. It also pushes our technology to its limits, challenging us to build machines that can survive in the harshest places. Future missions could reveal secrets about planetary evolution, climate change, and maybe even life in the past. Do you think Earth could ever end up like Venus? How could we stop it? So, what would happen if you landed on Venus? In short, you'd die quickly, violently, and probably before you even touch the ground. But from its deadly heat to its crushing air, Venus isn't just a planet of destruction, it's a cosmic warning sign. Venus is more than a fiery wasteland, it's a warning. A real-world example of how delicate planetary balance can tip into chaos. Would you risk everything to explore it? Or is Venus better left alone? Tell us your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this wild trip, subscribe to Bright Mind Station for more adventures that challenge what we know about space and survival.